I would invite you to close your eyes and to take a few deep breaths. Letting yourself take the time to notice the flow of air wherever you can feel it the most. It might be in your nostrils, might be in your chest, going up and down, might be in your diaphragm, contracting and releasing, might be in your belly. I would invite you to either imagine a safe room that is done just for you, a room which is closed and safe, where you feel that you are free to be everything that you are, in which there's no pressure, no judgment, no constriction, anything at all. A place in which you can breathe fully. And you can imagine how can this room look like to embrace everything that matters to you. This room can smell like anything that makes you feel at home. This room can even have the sounds of birds singing, if that's a sound that brings you peace. This room can even have the ground made of freshly cut grass, if that's what you want to feel underneath your feet. Or that can be warm sand heated by the sun. There's actually no reason why the walls of this room should be made of concrete or wood or anything at all. They might just be transparent so that you can see outside and realize that you are in the middle of a very special place that is meaningful to you. Just take a moment to notice the details of this room in which you feel safe and cool and at peace. Next, I would invite you to imagine that the door of this room is open and offer an invitation to your parts. They know that you know about them, and they might be as curious as you are to get to know you. Actually, I know that they are. So what about inviting these parts to show themselves one by one? So you can just invite the first part to come in. If you have already worked with IFS in the past, then you can decide whether you want to invite a known part, or maybe you want to send out this invitation to a part that you don't know yet, a part that might still be hidden in your subconscious, or maybe a part who has been watching you and until now didn't feel like there was the space or the time or the right kind of occasion to show itself. Just be aware that this part might show itself in different ways. You might see an image in front of you, something you can see and describe. You also might just hear a voice and hear a sentence or some words. You might see words written in front of you, or you might get a bodily sensation. So it's always a good idea to check with your body, to check how you are feeling in your body, to see if a part is showing itself through a specific bodily sensation. And I'd like you to notice any part who might have stepped forward, How does it look like? How does it speak like? And where can you feel it in your body? And if by any chance you're getting any feeling of overwhelm, just remember that you can always ask your parts not to overwhelm you. You can always ask your parts to just share a little bit of how they share. Have the freedom to feel and think however they do. However, they can just share a little bit with you so that you don't get overwhelmed, so that you can get to know them. You can just ask one question. You can ask, what would you like me to know right now? And just listen to it. Be mindful whether you feel curiosity towards this specific part, whether you feel cold and grounded, whether you don't feel like that at all. Maybe you feel scared of a part that showed itself to you. Maybe you feel judgmental of that part. Maybe you feel annoyed. Maybe you feel anger. That's okay. Right now we're just getting an understanding of the parts who want to get to know you and raising our awareness of who is sitting in our seat of consciousness, whether we are embodying the qualities of self or whether we are blended partially or completely. It's another part who feels different. Just notice it. Don't try to do anything about it right now. You just notice it. Just look around and see if there is another part that would like to show itself to you. And once again, notice how it looks like. Notice where you can feel it in your body. Ask what's the message it would like to share with you. And notice whether you're feeling curiosity, compassion, or understanding, or coldness, or whether you feel judgment or any other emotion towards this part. If you feel like exploring more of your parts, you of course are free to restart this inner exploration and see how many you can identify. But for now, I would invite you to take another deep breath so that you can come back into your body and notice the environment surrounding you. There might be any sounds, there might be a smell. You can twiddle your toes and move your fingers. When it feels good and it feels right, you can open your eyes.